go. Van Noord, 2 years older than Ben Halima. Halima has a height and reach advantage, but the record's very different with Van Noord fighting substantially more.
Yeah, a lot more experience. Denise, I'm Canadian, so when North Americans like me come over and we see Nills, that's the most Dutch man you've ever seen in your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at him. That is literally a textbook Dutch Viking killer.
Some nice jabs from Van Noord coming in.
Backing up, too, and then he comes in tight, gets in tight on the hips, joins his hands.
Oh, and a huge slam from Van Noord. He needs to be careful with his neck here. Needs to not get caught in the guillotine.
I think he's gonna, well, you know, you're seeing the adjustments out of Ben Halima
looking to connect his hands.
You can see the vein. So where we are, I can see the artery literally showing. And so we're on the opposite side of the camera angle, and I can see the left. Now he's getting a little tighter, but you can see the left. Oh, he's tighter again.
It's just a joke. They looked for a moment like Van Noord was going to slip his head out, but Halima's got like a tighter lock on it.
Yeah, he's really tightened that up because you could see the artery showing, and now he's in even deeper. He's got a great, and Stefan pointed it out, he's got a great guard.
It's whether he's got the angle.
I don't know what Nills is breathing through now, never mind the blood, but he's staying relaxed, and he's going to try to break the grip on the right side. Got a better angle now, and he's going to reach to... So look at the breathing from, I don't know if you can see it at home, but we can see Aladin Ben Halima is breathing heavy because he's committed to finishing this, and if he doesn't, Nills is going to come up and rain holy Dutch hell on him.
And looks like Van Noord is out. A tough mini battle in this longer war that these two men are going through.
So, Denise, he's down only a minute and a half, but he's going to be tired now, and with Nills fresh on top of him.
True. Also holding the guillotine, that's a lot of power. That's so I'm curious how his stamina now is.
So, and Van Noord passed him briefly. Stefan pointed out Aladin Ben Halima also has a really good armbar from guard, something you don't see from a lot of heavyweights. Actually, we saw it a lot from Stefan Struve. But yeah, you can see him trying to set up a triangle or an armbar on this side.
But Nills is a very savvy grappler. I'd be surprised if he gets caught on something like that.
Nills is passing again. Yeah. Really.
Looks like he's secured the half guard now.
Smart, sophisticated pass, and he's going to be real heavy here. There's no rush.
Pressure.
He's still got 2.5 minutes to work.
Backstep himself, maybe.
Backstepping into full guard.
Well, he'll backstep out to a cross side position. He's in no rush to do it, but he feels confident that he can do it, or he'll switch off an elbow with his right elbow to the right ear of Ben Halima. Now he's going to attack this Kimura. Yeah, he's got him.
Oh, the arm is behind the back.
If he can,
Ben Halima's in trouble here.
The cage is not helping the Dutchman here.
No.
But he's got the old modified cop hold now. He can take his back with this.
But Ben Halima frees that arm, and there's a very dangerous situation there for a shoulder joint.
It didn't feel great. He's going to try to re-guard here, which is playing right into his strengths.
He controls his arm. I hope he goes for the ground and pound.
Yeah.
There's some shot from the
There's,
side.
yeah, a couple of little short ones. He's going to re-guard, but Nills continues to press the pass, which will fatigue Aladin Ben Halima on the bottom and make him a little more tired by weaponizing the pass.
Into half guard again. Referee looking for a bit more action.
Nills gives it to him. Switches his hip. Tangles the leg to hold himself in position. Heavy right hip. And he'll punch until maybe he'll attack the Kimura again. There's a head and arm choke. Ear to tricep now. It's not in, but it's getting dangerously close.
It's threatening.
He feels it's not there.
He's out.
And Halima manages to return to full guard. But 30 seconds left, and you know, against maybe a more explosive standing fighter, It's good from Van Noord, just taking some of the zip out of Ben Halima.
Yeah, just sit and just ground and pound now.
Yeah, just stabilize the position, sit on the... I mean, Halima has just got a really cagey guard.
And referee decides to stand the pair up with 10 seconds left to go.
Go.
Yeah, you throw
Yes.
punches.
Oh, Halima wasn't paying attention there.
Yeah, and that's on him.
Oh!
When you're stood up, it's a fight, and your job is to hit him if he's not paying attention. If anyone at home is mad, you've never been in a professional fight. You have to throw there if he's not paying attention.
Denise, how did you find that first round? What did we see there?
I think this round is definitely for Nills. He got the pressure, he got the takedown at first, and then you see some ground and pound. He got the choke, but it was not really that close because you see how he controls the arm and he gives the pressure with his shoulders. So I see dominant round for Nills for sure.
Yeah, and then he, whatever advantage someone might have been implied from the attempted guillotine was balanced out by the attempted Kimura. He had him tight in that Kimura.
He had him, yeah, he had him. But
it's a dangerous open field, though, for both guys, but really for Nills here, when he moves in, Aladin Ben Halima hits hard. Right hand really, really hard and committed, that one.
And he has that reach and height advantage as well, which on the cage in this game of fine margins makes a big difference.
He's real sharp, and you can see it. Nills counters with his rear hand.
oh yeah.
And he's in and he's down.
Another takedown from Van Noord, and he's straight into side control. But nice guard work to get Nills into half guard from Ben Halima.
Our other Dutch legend broadcast partner is in his corner right now. And he told him, let's just athletically shoot a blast double or whatever variation we can get. And this time we don't go for submissions. We hold the position like Denise was saying and pound him. We just take positions, hold them, and free a hand or an elbow or a knee to the body, and we just pound away.
And Van Noord has that position that MMA fighters love now, the attack from half guard, lock down the leg, and just rain down punishment from above.
Some principles,
Dagestani influence coming through.
Some principles are really simple. If I can use much of my body to pin yours while I keep a weapon free, that's bad for you and good for me, right? And that simple process is what Nills is looking to do. As long as Nills is not in any danger, and you are flat, and he's got a weapon free, he can do this for 3 minutes and 36 more seconds.
True.
And there's little subtleties going on. You'll see Nills control inside the bicep right there, or inside the armpit or the shoulder. And that inside control opens up Ben Halima to be able to land the punches down the middle or around the ear, like that.
Yeah, and
now the head and arm again.
And Nills is looking for that, threatening it. And maybe hoping that Ben Halima is going to open himself up after that attack to progress the position.
It's tough when you're fighting somebody who's been around as long as Nills has, and he's so sophisticated, because when he attacks something like the head and arm, you must respond. When you do respond, you have to go to a worse position, then he hits you.
Yeah.
And he hits you some more, and then you do something, and then he threatens a submission. He can do this. Now we're at still over half a round, and he can do this for the rest of the round.
And you see also the pressure that Nills gives him. Like, he can just roll some from side to side, but the pressure is just really hard to get out of it. So
it's like he's crowding him, like the right thigh, just crowding in and just jamming the hips.
yeah.
It's a really bad place to be. Like, you don't feel like you can get anywhere. Your breath is starting to become labored on the bottom. It's a bit of a drag. I mean, all these fighters are familiar with this situation, but there's still little elements of drowning happening in here.
Referees asked a few times for a bit more action from Van Noord, so he moved into half guard there.
I don't think once you're in half guard and you're elbowing like this, I think he's doing plenty, and he is. But it's good if the ref warns him, he'll do more. 2 more minutes, and it's not just the damage and the winning the round, but it's the fatigue now.
Yeah, makes the beginning of the next round when Ben Halima has the most chance. Oh, looks like Van Noord is inside control. A minute and a half to go.
It's a tight sort of contralateral side control, like a diagonal side control. And Look at Ben. So if you get a look at home at Ben Halima's face, look, he's breathing very mouth open because this has been non-stop work for heavyweight. Tough to bring him up from side control. Like, that's such a dominant position. Nills, but Nills doesn't complain. The job is, and he goes right under.
Yeah. He says, you don't like me being in side control? I'll put you back in side control as soon as we stand up.
Yeah, side control is such a dominant position. It's hard to stand a man up from there. And Nills, but Nills' job is not to react emotionally. You can't get mad at the ref. The ref is, you have to consider the ref like weather.
Ref is part of the game. You need to adapt to them.
Part of the environment. You don't get mad at it. You respond calmly to whatever the situation is.
If it rains, you don't go outside and shout at the rain. You have an umbrella.
That's right. Or you stay inside. You make decisions based on the reality. And the reality is this ref stood you up. The worst way to handle it is get mad about it.
True.
Get distracted by it.
Oh, he gave the best reaction.
Yeah, just take down again.
Yeah, just take him down. Worse this time.
Stood up to side control, return to side control.
Yeah.
Great cycle.
And to be honest, for the man on the bottom, it's far worse. You had a moment of, maybe.
North and south. Looks like he's going for a choke here, Van Noord.
Sort of a Monson variation.
And Ben Halima is not looking comfortable here.
It's the left rib cage of Nills that actually pushes the face. He let him up.
He lets him up.
Because it was the end of the round. That's actually super smart. If there's 5 seconds left and you know it's not going to be a tap or a pass out, throw some punches.
And I will say Van Noord is not looking like a man who got a late notice call up.
Denise, did you know he took it on 18 hours notice?
Oh, no, but if I know Nills, and when he got the call, and even if what he was doing at that moment, he is just a fighter, and that's how you see also right now, you know, like giving 2 rounds of that kind of pressure, the takedowns, they are still explosive. So he's still fighting.
Yeah, and in fact, he didn't even get the call. He heard the man was out and he made the call. He said, hey, is it true that you lost to heavyweight? I could be there for weigh-ins today. And at heavyweight, you don't have to, he's a light heavyweight naturally, so he walks around at a good light version of a heavyweight weight. And just came out of the bush, shaved his head, and showed up to fight.
Ready to go. And here, this is the third and final round. 5 minutes left to go. What does Van Noord have enough in the tank, and can Ben Halima reverse the flow of the previous 2 rounds?
You see the feints.
The thing about a fight like this is even the winner comes out of it bad, right? And grapplers at home, people who grapple for fun, don't quite get that. The way that that's a good moment for Aladin Ben Halima. The pressure, the intensity at which you're grappling actually blows out parts of your own body. So it's hard to come back and fight again tonight, something we haven't talked about much. You know, the winners of this fight is supposed to fight again.
Ben Halima almost in full mount.
So there is a potential modified. No, nothing there.
And Van Noord reverses it.
Nice.
Do not be surprised to see Van Noord finish this, because the amount of energy that Aladin Ben Halima may have used to try to change the direction and the momentum of this fight there, he's going to get gassed, although you see him still fighting. But it's a tough place to be. 2 rounds, 11 and a half minutes into a fight at heavyweight.
Yeah, we can't question the fitness of either of these men.
Amazing.
They've been redlining for a while.
I was quite surprising that Ben Ali just take Nills down. You know, I thought maybe he got some hard punches, the swings, but he take the risk, and now he's
suffering the consequences.
Yeah, that's the consequence.
Yeah, and that's a long time to be under the Dutchest man alive,
With a pressure like that.
Yeah, and patience. And that's ornery. The damage there to the body. Passes to side again.
Referee asking for more action, and Nills responds by passing to the side.
Again, he's not complaining or frustrated or wishing he was different. He's just responding the best you can. And these are lessons for life, not just fighting. He's got a bulldog.
Dog-style choke with like an arm in.
It's a modified bulldog. Oh, yeah, arm in, you're right. Yeah. So it's a weird one. It's an old school one, but this is an old school man.
Real catch wrestling style look here, and Ben Halima is not liking this one.
And you hip hard forward. You see where Nills' hips are driving forward, and he's lifting up on the elbow. It's not there, but that is going to hurt, tire you out, mess up the soft tissue of the shoulders and the neck. Now he's got a face crank on him.
See if he tries to get the leg over into a hook, but Ben Halima reverses.
Credit Halima, man. Like, that is not easy to do.
Some big shots from Halima.
You're on the wrong end for 12 and a half minutes. That is a lot of guts to end up here with 2 minutes remaining. He may need to finish this fight, but he can do it, and if he does, that would be mind-blowing.
With those big, looping, long arms, if he can posture up here, it looked like he tagged Noord a couple of times. But Noord is a savvy veteran. You'd expect him to hold on here, look for the opening, and not really allow Ben Halima to posture up and unleash those blows.
They're not thinking about it now. There's nowhere in the world your mind could be but here. But imagine having to fight again after this grueling fight.
It feels a little like the Spartan fight, you know, like the Colosseum.
Yes.
They are Spartans who fight in the cage, so really cool concept this.
Yeah, isn't it? That at home you get to see it somewhat, and I'm sure some of the coolness is coming across, but in here it's pretty amazing. You know, Nills has a great, we talked about heavyweights, and in his case a natural light heavyweight with great guards. He's showing that now. When he's on the bottom for these final 2 minutes, his job is don't get finished.
Yeah.
And the guard is doing a great job. He's showing the truth of the guard is that it is a defensive and offensive position. Nills trying to come out the back door.
Tough with his legs around there like that.
And the fence where it is, and the right leg trapped. So, you know, you just threaten it for a second and go back to control. But 30 seconds, Ben Halima's a big, powerful, committed man. He can finish this fight. Nills has to be very aware. He worked a little bit of old school, you know, Nogueira wrist control there, just to kind of prevent the punches.
10 seconds.
And Ben Halima looks exhausted here. There we go, the third and final round of our second heavyweight throwdown.
God, it's only our second one.
The latecomer, Nils van Noord, put on a bit of a grappling showcase there that more likely than not will lead him with getting his arm raised at the end of it. Denise, how did you find it?
I think it was a really good fight. Yeah, I like the takedowns. I like the control on the ground, and there was only in the beginning some danger for Nils, but at the end, just 2 rounds of dominance. And here he saw the takedown, but he controlled him also on the ground and turn around. So yeah, good fight for Nils.
36-year-old man taking the fight on 18 hours notice, just showing you what Dutch toughness is all about.
And you've probably heard it on the broadcast there, but Van Noord walked around with his hands in the air and the crowd showed their appreciation to the man. But we'll hear from Tobias, the ring announcer, very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have come to a decision, and we have a winner. By unanimous decision, the man fighting out of the red
This is the most Dutch man on planet Earth, bar none. Nils, what were you doing 18 hours ago when you heard that there would be an opening to fight?
Listen up, Ruben. First things first. Today's Father's Day, so I want to tell my boys at home, Warners, Finn, Daddy can still do it. And Daddy loves you. Who's?
Fucking right, Daddy can still do it.
Shout out to all the hardworking moms and dads out there who work hard for their dreams, take care of the family. Who's?
You are the most Dutch man on planet Earth. I'll ask you again, when you heard that you could be in here tonight, not even 24 hours ago, where were you?
I was at work. Actually, John, good luck, buddy, at home. I love you. At home, he told me I'm sick. I tell Ab Donovan, I'm ready. I beat this guy up. Yeah.
And you did. Your body, you're going to take a bit of time to cool down in the back and see if you can continue and fight again tonight. But no matter what, that was a phenomenal fight, up a weight class on 18 hours notice.
Hey, fat bastards! Huh? This is a heavyweight body. I'm ready for the belt.
The most Dutch man